Today I'll be talking about Slowking, the first water psychic Pokemon, and the first Pokemon with a psychic type as the secondary typing in Gen 2, and the final Pokemon in the 100s. Slowking is the second only evolution of Slowpoke. Non-Galarian Slowpoke evolves into Non-Galarian Slowking when traded with a King's Rock. Galarian Slowpoke evolves into Galarian Slowking when exposed to a Galarica Wreath. Its previous PYC dates are September 12th, 1996, July 4th, 1999, April 24th, 2002, February 12th, 2005, December 4th, 2007, September 24th, 2010, July 15th, 2013, May 5th, 2016, February 24th, 2019, and December 15th, 2021. I most know non-Galarian Slowking from the second movie, which shocked me that it could talk. I find it silly that Shelder attached to Slowpoke's head instead of its tail, and that would somehow give it intelligence. Galarian Slowking is slightly terrifying, but logical given that it's a psychic poison-type Pokemon. The Shelder's eyes in place of Galarian Slowking's eyes is creative, and clear that Shelder has eyes, as the official art for non-Galarian Slowking doesn't show off Shelder's eyes, which are in the back. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we talk about Slowking. It's the royal Pokemon as non-Galarian Slowking, and the Hexpert Pokemon as Galarian Slowking. Its number is 0199. This is Slowking, this is what it looks like. This is Galarian Slowking, this is what it looks like. Types: Water Psychic as non-Galarian Slowking, and Poison Psychic as Galarian Slowking. Abilities: Oblivious or Own Tempo as non-Galarian Slowking, and Curious Medicine or Own Tempo as Galarian Slowking. Regenerator is its hidden ability regardless. Gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 70, or 16.6%. Breeding is Egg Groups Monster in Water 1, hatch time 20 cycles. Height as non-Galarian Slowking is 6'7", or 2 meters. 5'11", or 1.8 meters as Galarian Slowking. Weight regardless is 175.3 pounds, or 79.5 kilograms. Base experience yield is 164 in Gen 2 through 4, and 172 in 5+. Leveling rate is medium fast, EV yield is 2. Special defense, and I guess it was 3 prior to Gen 8. Shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex color is pink, and base friendship is 70. Slowking is a dual-type water psychic Pokemon introduced in Gen 2. It evolves from Slowpoke when traded while holding a King's Rock. It is one of Slowpoke's final forms, the other being Slowbro. In Galar, Slowking has a dual-type poison/psychic regional form introduced in Pokemon Sword and Shield's 1.3.0 patch. It evolves from Galarian Slowpoke when exposed to a Galarica Wreath. It is one of Galarian Slowpoke's final forms, the other being Galarian Slowbro. These Slowking can also be found in Blueberry Academy's Terrarium. Slowking was officially revealed in the May 1997 issue of Koro Koro, along with Donphan and Ampharos. Biology: Slowking is a bipedal Pokemon with a Shelder latched onto its head. It is primarily pink with a pale yellow muzzle and scaled belly. Its feet and hands each have a single claw digit, while the hands also have a clawless thumb. Around its neck is a spiny ruff with alternating red and white stripes. The Shelder on its head has a spiral shape with 2 horns near the base. A red gem resides in the center of the Shelder. The Shelder's eyes are visible on the back of the Shelder. You can see Shelder's eyes, you can see that here. Shelder's bite releases venom into Slowpoke's brain, causing a chemical chain reaction that unlocks a superior intelligence and extraordinary power. More venom is injected into Slowking every time it yawns. The more venom the Shelder releases, the more intelligent Slowking will become. However, if the Shelder on the head comes off, it will forget everything it has learned and would revert itself back into a Slowpoke. As seen in Slowking's crowning, Slowking's Shelder crown can take control of human who wears the crown. I think it's supposed to say any human. Slowking's intelligence can match that of a human, and it constantly attempts to learn more. Its inspiration and intuition are also highly developed, and Slowking is able to stay calm in any situation and plan situations with effective results. This allows Slowking to solve anything. In the games, Slowking's speech is said to be unintelligible. However, in the Power of One, it can understand and speak the human language. According to the complete Pokemon Pocket Guide, it has such an easygoing personality that is never stressed. Slowking is rarely found in the wild, though it can be found by the water's edge. It has been seen eating seaweed and drinking coconut milk. In Alola, it is known as the Sage of the Sea. and it occasionally matches wits with Oranguru by the beach. As mentioned in Pokemon Sleep, Slowking is known to be dreaming world-changing ideas while it sleeps. However, forgets all of them the moment Slowking wakes up. Slowking is the only Pokemon capable of learning the move Chilly Reception. Forms: Slowking has a regional form, Galarian Slowking. In Galar, Shelder's bite causes a different chemical reaction in the brain due to the Galarica spices that make up Galarian Slowpoke's diet, causing Galarian Slowking to take on a unique appearance. The tip of its tail and the top half of its body are purple, and it has a large dark cloak that drapes from its neck. The Shelder has grown more dominant, appearing completely different, with a rougher texture, a darker gray coloration, and a larger size covering Slowking's eyes and nostrils. It has several purple spots dotting it, with a larger one at the center that surrounds a green gem, and 2 black eyes. The spikes on the Shelder are more blunt, and it has 2 purple horn-like tubes on either side, of which poison may be secreted. The Shelder's teeth have also grown in size and are broad and flat instead of sharp. The same holds true for its wearer. As Galarian Slowking evolves, the Shelder on its head has its intelligence skyrocket, giving it the ability to control Slowking, as well as psychic powers that can rival the power of the other psychic-type Pokemon. Galarian Slowking has been observed chanting mysterious spells and incantations in battle or to communicate with each other. It also chants these spells while creating strange potions using its internal toxins. What these incantations and spells mean has yet to be fully understood. Galarian Slowking is capable of creating potions by mixing toxins it produces with the food it consumes. These potions are derived and secreted from poison and the holes on Galarian Slowking's horns. However, not even Galarian Slowking itself will have any idea what effects the potions it produces will have. It will administer the potions it creates to weaken any Pokemon it sees fit to test on. They can also be found in the coastal biome of Blueberry Academy's terrarium, where Galar's regional life is simulated. As seen in an evolution in taste, Galarian Slowking's Shelder crown retains the same ability to control humans like its Johto counterpart. Galarian Slowking is the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Eerie Spell, as well as the only known Pokemon that can have Curious Medicine as its ability. Evolution: Slowking evolved from Slowpoke and is one of its final forms, the other being Slowbro. So you got Slowpoke, Slowking. Galarian Slowking evolved from Galarian Slowpoke. It is one of its final forms, the other being Galarian Slowbro. So you got Galarian Slowpoke and Galarian Slowking. Game data: Pokedex entries in Gen 2 in gold. It has incredible intellect and intuition. Whatever the situation, it remains calm and collected. Silver: when its head was bitten, toxins entered Slowpoke's head and unlocked an extraordinary power. Crystal: every time it yawns, Shelder injects more poison into it. The poison makes it more intelligent. For Stadium 2, if you have Pokemon Red, Silver, Crystal inserted, you get the Gold entry, but if you have Pokemon Blue, Gold, or Yellow inserted, you get the Silver entry. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Slowking undertakes research every day in an effort to solve the mysteries of the world. However, this Pokemon apparently forgets everything it has learned if the Shelder on its head comes off. Emerald: it undertakes research every day to solve the mysteries of the world. However, it apparently forgets everything if the Shelder on its head comes off. Fire Red is the Silver entry, and Leaf Green is the Gold entry. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, being bitten by Shelder gave it intelligence comparable to that of award-winning scientists. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are their Gold and Silver counterparts. The Gen 5 Pokedex entry is Diamond, Pearl, and Platinums. In Gen 6, X is the Gold entries and Leaf Green's entry. Y is basically the Silver entries and Fire Red's entry, but Slowpoke is now the correct casing. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are basically Ruby and Sapphires, but Slowking and Pokemon are now the correct casing. In Gen 7 and Sun, a poisonous bite reacted with its system, blessing it with the enhanced intellect of a genius. It has full control of its psychic powers. Moon: this Pokemon is so famed for its intellect that a proverb still persists in some regions. When in doubt, ask Slowking. Ultra Sun: it's constantly coming up with new ideas that would change the world, but as soon as it hits upon a new idea, it forgets it. Ultra Moon: it's called the Sage of the Sea. It engages in battles of wits with Oranguru, but the result is usually a draw. In Gen 8, for non-Galarian Slowking and Sword, miraculously, this former Slowpoke's latent intelligence was drawn out when Shelder poison raced through its brain. In Shield, Slowking can solve any problem presented to it, but no one can understand a thing Slowpoke says. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl are very similar to Diamond and Pearls, but slightly different, so we'll read it. Being bitten by Shellder gave it intelligence comparable to that of internationally recognized scientists. For Galarian Slowking and Sword, a combination of toxins and the shock of evolving has increased Shellder's intelligence to the point that Shellder now controls Slowking. Shield, while chanting strange spells, this Pokemon combines its internal toxins with what it's eaten, creating strange potions. In Gen 9, for non-Galarian Slowking, Scarlet is the Y entry, Violet is the gold entries, Leaf Green's entry, and X's entry. For Galarian Slowking and Scarlet, it administers its potions to weakened Pokemon it sees. These potions are derived from poison and secreted from holes in Slowking's horns. Violet, it creates potions by mixing toxins with the food it's eaten. Not even Slowking itself knows what effects the potions will have. Slowking in the Alola Pokedex, Slowking in the Paldea Pokedex. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. And Galarian Slowking in the Blueberry Pokedex, so you can see it's next. I think this is the Galarica plant. That makes sense. Game locations, side game locations. Held items in Pokemon Emerald. Slowking can only be found in the Battle Frontier. In Emerald, Black, White, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, you get a King's Rock 5% of the time, which is silly because you wouldn't need it for Slowking. So it's kind of silly to even have it. Stats, base stats, will compare Slowking and Galarian Slowking. So, HP 95, that's the same. Attack 75, that one has 65. Defense 80, that's the same. Special attack 100, this one has 110. Non-Galarian Slowking's special defense is 110, that's the same for Galarian Slowking. Speed 30, that's the same. They both have a total of 490. Pokeathlon stats. Type effectiveness will compare Slowking and Galarian Slowking. So non-Galarian Slowking is damaged normally by normal, flying, poison, ground, rock, dragon, and fairy. The ones that move are poison, ground, and fairy. So Galarian Slowking is damaged normally by normal, flying, rock, bug, steel, fire, water, electric, psychic, ice, and dragon. Non-Galarian Slowking is weak to bug, ghost, grass, electric, and dark for double. Bug, grass, and electric get moved, I guess. Galarian Slowking is weak to ground, ghost, and dark for double. Neither are immune to anything. Slowking is resistant to fighting, steel, fire, water, psychic, and ice, all for half. Galarian Slowking is resistant to fighting, poison, grass, and fairy, all for half except for fighting, which is for a fourth. Learn set by leveling up. For Slowking, because you can hypothetically have a level 1 Slowking, we will read them all. So 1 Power Gem, Nasty Plot, Swagger, Tackle, Curse, Growl, and Water Gun. Move Reminder, get the Future Sight and Chilly Reception. 9 Yawn, 12 Confusion, 15 Disable, 18 Water Pulse, 21 Headbutt, 27 Amnesia, 30 Surf, 33 Slack Off, 36 Psychic, 39 Psych Up, 42 Rain Dance, and 45 Heal Pulse. For Galarian Slowking, because you can hypothetically have a level 1 Galarian Slowking, we'll also read them all. 1 Power Gem, Nasty Plot, Swagger, Tackle, Curse, Growl, and Acid. Move Reminder, Toxic, Future Sight, and Chilly Reception. Upon evolution, you get Eerie Spell. 9 Yawn, 12 Confusion, 15 Disable, 18 Water Pulse, 21 Headbutt, 24 Zen Headbutt, 27 Amnesia, 30 Surf, 33 Slack Off, 36 Psychic, 39 Psych Up, 42 Rain Dance, and 45 Heal Pulse. By TM, we'll skip for Slowking here. Okay, all that, okay. But not for Galarian Slowking, since there's a different typing than Galarian Slowpoke, and I'm not sure if it's the same moves as Galarian Slowbro. So 1 Takedown, 6 Scary Face, 7 Protect, 11 Water Pulse, 13 Acid Spray, 16 Psybeam, 22 Chilling Water, 25 Assad, 28 Bulldoze, 29 Hex, 30 Snarl, 32 Swift, 34 Icy Wind, 35 Mudshot, 39 Low Sweep, 41 Stored Power, 43 Fling, 45 Venoshock, 46 Avalanche, 47 Endure, 49 Sunny Day, 50 Rain Dance, 52 Snowscape, that's version 2.0.1 onward, 54 Psyshock, 55 Dig, 58 Brick Break, 59 Zen Headbutt, 62 Foul Play, 66 Body Slam, 67 Fire Punch, 68 Thunder Punch, 70 Sleep Talk, 73 Drain Punch, 75 Light Screen, 77 Waterfall, 80 Metronome, 81 Grass Knot, 82 Thunder Wave, 83 Poison Jab, 84 Stomping Tantrum, 85 Rest, 87 Taunt, 91 Toxic Spikes, 92 Imprison, 98 Skill Swap, 101 Power Gem, 102 Gunk Shot, 103 Substitute, 104 Iron Defense, 109 Trick, 110 Liquidation, 114 Shadow Ball, 120 Psychic, 123 Surf, 125 Flamethrower, 128 Amnesia, 129 Calm Mind, 130 Helping Hand from version 2.0.1 onwards, 135 Ice Beam, 138 Psychic Terrain, 140 Nasty Plot, 141 Fire Blast, 142 Hydro Pump, 143 Blizzard, 148 Sludge Bomb, 149 Earthquake, 152 Giga Impact, 158 Focus Blast, 161 Trick Room, 163 Hyper Beam, 171 Terra Blast, 175 Toxic, 193 Weather Ball, 203 Suck Up, 208 Whirlpool, 209 Muddy Water, 214 Sludge Wave, 217 Future Sight, 218 Expanding Force, 224 Curse, and 228 Psychic Noise. We're skipping by breeding for both of them. Nothing by prior evolution for either of them. Side game data, Slowking. Got all this. Pokemon Ranger, Guardian Signs, in the browser entry. It lets loose psychic orbs that make Pokemon paused. Got all this. Yep. Okay. Pokemon Sleep. This Pokemon is called the Sage of the Sea. It's said that a Slowking's head is always brimming with world-changing ideas, even as it sleeps, but then it forgets them all upon waking. Loafing Sleep, Sage Sleep, Eureka Sleep, and a Top Belly Sleep. Costumes in Pokemon Go, you got the 2022 glasses. It's on the shell there, that's kind of fun. The Galarian Slowkings, okay. Evolution data, Slowking. Slowking evolves from Slowpoke when traded while holding a King's Rock. Slowpoke cannot evolve into Slowking in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green before the player obtains the National Pokedex, as its evolution will be interrupted. Slowpoke also cannot evolve into Slowking in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, as Slowking is not present in those games. So you got Slowpoke, trade holding a King's Rock, Slowking, Galarian Slowking, so you got Galarian Slowpoke, Galarica Wreath, Galarian Slowking. Sprites here, so pretty much the same. I mean, a little bit different colors. Seems like this segment of the thing is not white for some reason. It's probably just a mistake. But yeah, I mean, that's not gray yet. Yeah, that's all white, and this isn't yellow yet. Shiny has blue for the ruffle and some of the highlights. So you can see the eyes in the back of the shoulder. That's fun. Yeah. This has a bit more of the accurate pink, I guess. The changes, I think, later. But then, yeah, you can see how the shiny is just that. It keeps the same pink. Gen 3, you've got sort of the other, that sort of Gen 3 pink, I guess. And the yellow, and this is now gray. This is now more rounded, rather than those. I guess it became rounded in crystals. Yeah, they changed it a little bit more. Now it's all white along the rings there. White and red, and then it keeps the red and blue, or the white and blue. I guess the diamond was purple. They keep that, more or less. It's kind of a pink now. This is a different pink. Yep. You got Diamond Pearl, you got that kind of pink. This kind of pink. Yeah, not much changes though. The shoulder might get a little bigger. The eyes change, I think. Between generations, that's interesting. It's different eyes on Platinum as well, that's also interesting. It keeps those kind of eyes in Soul Silver. These also seem to be different eyes. It's a different pink for the main one here, and then that's basically the same. Yep. Those are the same, yeah. And you got the models. Kind of hard to see the eyes. I think they kind of went back to those kind of eyes, I guess. It's a lighter pink. This is a darker, almost like a purple, I guess. This is a cream colored. There's a lot lighter gray for both of them. Interesting. Yeah, pretty good translation, I'd say. Yep. So you got these. You got the Galarian ones. Of course, it's just blue instead of purple. I guess that doesn't really necessarily make sense, but that's cool that they didn't change it. And that's blue, like for the highlights. As animations, you got Slowking and Pokemon Journeys, the series. I guess the movie one is Slowking is important, or whatever the big one. Galarian Slowking and Pokemon Journeys, the series. So you got all three of them. So Galarian Slowking, Galarian Slowbro, and Galarian Slowpoke. Okay, now this. Pokedex entries at episode 260 in Ash's Pokedex. Slowking, the royal Pokemon. Slowking possesses great knowledge and inspiration, and are known for maintaining a level head in any circumstances. In Diamond and Pearl, episode 50 in Dawn's Pokedex. Slowking, the royal Pokemon. It has tremendous intelligence and intuition. No matter what the situation, it stays calm and collected. In Journeys, episode 26 in Go's Rotom Phone. Slowking, the royal Pokemon. A water and psychic type. If a Shelter bites a Slowpoke's tail, Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro. But if a Shellder bites a Slowpoke's head, the Slowpoke evolves into Slowking with the intelligence of a genius. In Journeys, episode 97, in the same Rotom phone, I guess. I don't think I've ever actually had to say that before. Slowking, Galarian form, the Hexpert Pokemon. A mix of poisons and the shock of evolving can give Shelder's intellect a massive upgrade. In fact, the Shelder can control the Slowking. So you got Pokemon Origins and the manga, Slowking and Pokemon Adventures. It's kind of fun. It's coming off the panel here. I got all this in the TCG. Trivia: in the TCG, Slowking's Southern Islands card is the only card depicting a Pokemon introduced after Gen 1 to have a square evolutionary box in Japan only. In the English version, the Southern Islands collection used the Neo-era designs, which, like all later card layouts, feature a circular evolution box. Jotonian Slowking shares its category with Pyroar. They are both known as the Royal Pokemon. Slowking's Pokedex entries state that if the Shelder is removed, it will revert to a Slowpoke. This is a rare example of devolution being mentioned in the games. This fourth point we read in the Slowpoke video. Galarian Slowking's English category, Hexpert, may be a combination of Hex and Expert. In Gen 9, prior to the version 2.0.1 update of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, both forms of Slowking were unable to learn Helping Hand via TM, while their pre-evolutions could, and Galarian Slowking was unable to learn Snowscape via TM as well, while its pre-evolution could. This final point I read in the Slowbro video. Origin: Slowking's physical appearance may be based on hippopotamuses, giant otters, and giant salamanders. Its shell may reference hermit crabs and the mythical Sazeoni, a magical sea demon of Japanese folklore distinguished by its spiny Sazei, or turban-shaped snail shell. Slowking may also be based on a king, as the growth around its neck resembles a king's ruff, while its shell is similar to a crown. It is known that hippopotamuses are territorial animals that live in herds led by a dominant bull, so it is possible that the idea that Slowking is a kind of king of the Slowpoke and Slowbro have arisen from this characteristic of this animal. By contrast, Galarian Slowking may draw inspiration from popular depictions of mythical sorcerers or warlocks. Its crown has morphed into a sorcerer's pointed hat. Its elongated ruff now resembles a long dark robe, and it has developed a predilection for chanting mysterious spells in battle. Name origin: Slowking may be a combination of Slow and King. Yado King may be a combination of Yadokari, hermit crab, Yadonushi, parasitic host, and King, like Slowbro. It is also partially named after the famous Yugoslavian singer-songwriter Jadranka Stoljovic, who had worked for Konami during her residence in Japan. Her name is transliterated into Japanese as Jodranka, which inspired one of her former colleagues who named Slowbro and Slowking. Now the languages, see also references. External links to the Galarian forms. Let's move on. Now let's watch Slowking's first in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching Pokémon the Movie 2000. We are at the very beginning of the film, so I can't really recap it. There's the Slowking. There's Slowking again.
Disturb not the harmony of fire, ice, or lightning, lest these titans wreak destruction upon the world in which they clash. Though the water's great guardian shall arise to quell the fighting, alone its song will fail, thus the earth shall turn to ash. O chosen one, into thine hands bring together all.
Oh yeah, no, okay. That is Slowking's first scene in the anime. I don't think that's actually Slowking talking. I think that's our antagonist. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Now let's see why people love Slowking. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan arts, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you familiar with the series, you might be wondering why we're on a single image. That's because this is the only image we'll be doing today. So this is Slowking by Pinkophilic, or maybe Pi Ink Up Hyliexy. Yeah, so it's this Slowking and this art style. It looks familiar. I don't think it's their own original art style. I think it's from some property, probably some mid-2000s game or something. I just don't
remember what it is, unfortunately, so. But it's a very good piece of art. Let's move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about the Gen 4 Pokemon to catch a Slowking in the Pal Park. As for Galarian Slowking, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the Gen 8 Pokemon to get back to that one. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Mischievous. As always, this is my proper outfit, you'll see me tomorrow.